Good morning. So this morning when I got up to turn on my computer and get everything ready to edit my next video, I logged into my YouTube channel and I had all sorts of new subscribers, likes, comments on a bunch of my videos, and I have to say thank you so very much to Tracey over at Nova Scotia Living. She had given me a shout out in her latest video. She tried my no-bake chocolate macaroons and they turned out fantastic for her. Tracey, I love the little Christmas sprinkles. That was such a good idea. So thank you so much, Tracey, for the shout out. I really appreciate it. And for all of you who haven't checked her out yet, I will put a link up down below in the description so you can find her channel. Go check her out because she's pretty cool. And so thank you again, Tracey, for the shout out. I hope you like the next video.
Merry Christmas, everyone. So today's recipe, I am going to be making a gumdrop cake. This recipe is from my mother-in-law. She makes it for my husband every single year for him. Unfortunately, we're living kind of far away this year and she will not be able to make it for him. So I am going to do my very best to make it exactly like she does and hope that it turns out so that he can have his favorite Christmas treat this year. So to get started with this gumdrop cake, I want to tell you about the gumdrops that we are using. They're just a fruit flavored, sugar-coated gumdrop. The last time my husband went back to Canada, he bought a couple bags of these and brought them home for me so I could make this. I know you're probably going, well, come on, you live in the States, you should be able to buy gumdrops here as well. Yes, I can buy gumdrops here, but they are spiced gumdrops. And I'm sorry, who spices a gumdrop? That is horrible. I bought them one year for gingerbread houses. I went to eat one and I had to spit them all out and throw them in the garbage. They were the worst things ever. So no, please do not make this recipe with spiced gumdrops. It is gonna ruin your cake. So that's my spiel. I'm sorry, just don't like them. Go with something good. Yeah, so let's get started. We are gonna start with buttering and flouring a tube pan. You don't have to make it in a tube pan, use whatever you want. And we are gonna get our gumdrops all cut up and floured. So let's begin. All right, you're gonna take your tube pan or whatever pan you're using. You're gonna put some butter in it and we're gonna wipe it all around it to get it well buttered, and then we're gonna flour it. Okay, once you have it all buttered, we are gonna just take some flour and sprinkle it in and swirl it around. All right, we shook our excess flour out of our pan. Now we're gonna set this aside until our cake is ready. Next, we are gonna get our gumdrops all cut up and floured. So put a little bit of flour on your cutting board, put a little bit of flour in a bowl, and you will need a measuring cup or another bowl to put all your cut up gumdrops in. Get a sharp knife, dip it in your flour, and cut each of your gumdrops into quarters. And yes, they're going to be really sticky, that's why you have the flour on the board. So once they're cut up, put them into your bowl of flour, and you need enough for 2 cups of gumdrops all cut up. So let's get chopping. Once you have all your gumdrops in your flour, you're just gonna mix it around, get them all coated. Then you're gonna shake them off and put them in your measuring cup. All right, so that is just a little bit more than 2 cups, but we're gonna set this aside and make our cake batter. We are gonna cream 1 cup of butter with 1 package of cream cheese, which is 8 ounces. And then we are gonna add our sugar and our eggs. So let's start with the butter and cream cheese. Next, we're gonna mix in 1.5 cups of white sugar. We are gonna start mixing in 1 egg at a time. And as we mix each one, we are gonna stop, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and then add the next egg. So now I am going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give it a quick mix, and then we're gonna start adding our flour. All right, so before we add our flour into our mixture, I'm gonna put 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder in it. Give it a quick stir. And now let's add it to the batter. The flour has all been mixed in now, so we're just going to scrape down the bowl, make sure it's all mixed in, and then we can add our gumdrops and get it into our cake pan. So while we have been making our cake batter, I have been preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's get this into the pan and into the oven. Okay, our cake is ready to go into the oven. So like I said, preheated to 350, and we are gonna bake it for an hour and check it around 45 minutes just to see how it's doing. So let's get it in the oven. The gumdrop cake looks amazing. It was in for exactly an hour, and now it's cooled down a little bit, so I'm going to put it onto a cooling rack. Hopefully it tastes as amazing. I will leave that to my expert, my husband, since this is his favorite cake. And there we go. Our gumdrop cake is all done. And I can't wait for my husband to try it because I know this is his favorite, and I really, really hope that it turned out just like his mom's. So let's cut it open and take a look before he tries it. Ooh, it looks so good. So it is moist. Just a nice crunch on the outside. This would be really good with some butter on it. I know I'm a little weird when it comes to that. Tastes like perfection. Nailed it! I am so proud of myself for getting this one. I know how much it means to him, so I can't wait for him to try it. Anyway, this recipe is fantastic. I can't wait to post it for you guys. And I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and you got to see some family and friends. And that's it for me today. So remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you for our next recipe.